are back at the driveway once again. We're gonna try and get the rock trench and the tiling in. They don't want rain. I should say they want rain, but not at least till within the next couple days. They don't. This weekend I think it's supposed to rain a little bit, so not a huge deal, but we do want to get the rock trench in there before that comes and happens. Oh no, a tree has fell across the road. How will I ever make it across? So we have a lot more work to obviously be done to get this driveway in shape. So with that said, let's get to work. Dad's already up here in the excavator working on the trench for that side. So we can get our rock dumped in there and our tiling set. They're good.
At some point, anytime, so I figure probably the first tiling will be right about down here at the bottom of this strip, close to it. And then the last tiling will take down there just above that stake.
Okay.
So you can break it down at any time. Still with them wrong. I'm sure we're going to need another way.
Yeah, to go that whole way.
Let's go from here.
Right.
Tiling to get those back here.
Well, I'll smooth this out, then I'll go get some. got to dig our nice grading.
One of the things, I got to put the dirt down here. You can't look unless I pull it all shut with this.
I mean, I can go around if I need to. Either way, whatever you think. Well, I can, once I get them rocks, I'll just come around the other side. The trench is filled with rock. At least I'd say we're pretty close to being halfway down. We're not going the whole length of the driveway because down at the bottom it gets a lot more, kind of levels out a lot. This is our biggest area where the water's gonna really run. We got our tiling in, some big rocks at the entrance of that. It's about 30 feet. We're gonna dig a pit at the end and fill that with rock also so it doesn't erode going out through. And then we're gonna add another piece of tiling probably down there at the end and go across, and then that's probably gonna be it. And then we can stone this whole thing. We got a second load of stone that was just delivered a little while ago, so we're making some good progress. We're actually a little bit ahead because we weren't gonna work on it today at all, and we got a little bit of time, so it's definitely nice. Because there is rain coming. I don't know how much, might not be hardly anything that's gonna, you know, be a problem, but we don't want to have this, all of our work that we just did getting the grade of the driveway done, and then we have an issue with it eroding and everything else. So we're ahead of the ball game. We're gonna keep moving and hopefully get some good progress. Now the hole's dug, fill this with stone. This is really nice dirt. There's like no rocks in here at all. I'd say we got very lucky with that, and that's probably a reason why this eroded so bad too, for that simple fact there's nothing really holding it. Now we'll go down. Actually, I think Dad's gonna come up and fill in part of this so I can get across so I don't have to unload those heavy rocks. We're gonna dig that one in. Also, if you're enjoying the video and if you've watched any of the other videos and you're not subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to do that. Drop a like on the video and we'll get back to work. Time for the second tiling. Get this thrown in, put some big rock in, dump that out, and then fill the trench with stone the rest of the way. Sucks to have to dig up our nice, perfect grade, but that's what you gotta do. Second tiling's in. We're good to go. I'm gonna make myself a little bridge across. Dad's gonna dig the other hole over there, and then I can start moving some rock. We're making some good progress. stone trench, completely filled. The tilings are both in. Everything's cleaned up for the most part. On the driveway itself, we do have to come down and kind of do some grading just to get it back to where it was. But the biggest thing was getting the rock in the trench and getting the 2 tilings in, which one here and one down there. And we got the rock pits also in, which is definitely a big plus before any rain comes. So now we should be in really good shape. You can see how much we had to build this up to get the grade to run that way. I think this will work pretty well with drainage. Next on the list, obviously get our grading a little bit better, obviously, since we dug these tilings in. And then I think we're ready for some shale. I'm really happy with how this is going and how quick it's going. Definitely pleased. I'm gonna call it a night. Clean up a little bit of some rock here, and then we'll work at it again as we can. It's turning out pretty good, and it came together pretty fast with the help of Dad. I definitely couldn't have done this without him. So on to the next step. That's gonna do it. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time.